So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Racing Hub and OTL Season 2, Round 13, Russia. I am joined tonight, as always, with our young man, Jensen. How are we, sir?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
So, yes, I will clarify, chat, I'm still a bit under the weather and a little bit coffee, so excuse. I will try my best to mute off every time I go into a coughing fit. But
Nice.
I'm hoping that the OTL boys keep us talking that much that I don't have a second to think about coughing. Jensen, that is the ideal scenario. So it's on the drivers to keep me out of the coughing zone.
I mean, I don't know if it is or not, really, Chris, because you'll be coughing up mid-conversation or sentence. But
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
Maybe we don't want to do that. That's a good point.
but still, we want the action, I guess.
Adam, SPW, Mikey, good evening, gentlemen. It's a pleasure, as always, to be the two men sitting ready to commentate on what should be Russia. Russia's a funny race. Sometimes it can be quite exciting, other times very dull and very much a train. But
Yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
Curbs is gonna be the
Stephen, you keep saying that you understand nothing I say, but you still tune in every night. And I'm the guy that introduces your stream and primarily does most of the talking. No disrespect to Jensen, but I think you're just a bad man. I hope you crash. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So looks overcast, Chris.
It does. It's looking a bit dull,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Before we get into the qualifying as much, I'd say we should go over last week.
Yes.
I'd say the most exciting end to any race I've ever seen.
Where were we? Like, oh, Singapore.
Singapore. Yep.
Of course.
Oh, and
I tune in
racing
for attention, Chris. You know this. This is facts. I'll get you that SPW. I'll give you that every day of the week. That is fine by me, mate.
So, Chris, last week in Singapore, Rage Hunter, I think, took pole position.
Yes.
Debut. It looks. Is that Dusty coming out of the pits, or is that? No, yeah, it's Dust. But yeah, last week saw Rage Hunter take pole, of course, and the top two in the championship bottling in Singapore. And
Yes, on the safety car restarts.
And Matoman was the man to come through to take what was his maiden victory
On his potato internet.
Yeah,
I think that made it a little more sweeter.
Yeah, man was driving from a hotel and he wins, so maybe that might be the luck for him, but who knows.
Matoman's going to have expensive F1 seasons if he can only win on hotels. A yellow flag, I think that's just for slowing cars. So, the factor that we've got a cluster of drivers not so eager to get out would tell me that the rain, if there is any rain coming, it's not coming till maybe just a bit later in the session. Because if we were getting some early rain, I think you would see most guys try and go out and get that lap done on the slick tyres ASAP.
It's going to be very interesting one indeed. I'll just go quick against Surge. Bunch of invites. It seems his internet's playing up again, unfortunately. Which I think it was in Italy as well. So
I think Sibo is our lead car here, Jensen. I could be wrong.
yes, he is.
Tried to find. I think it's Sibo from Ranger, then Matoman, and then Mike. That is our lead 4 cars, and then the 2 Ferraris not far behind. The 2 Ferrari drivers, they seem to like being together on circuit when it's qualifying, don't they, Jensen? They're very much a tight unit.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if they're tied together or not. in the race, but I mean, they seem to be off for each other, and I guess, or put each other off, but I don't know how they'll go at it, but we'll see. As a few people on their lap on it, I think Cyril's going to be the first to complete.
And I think he's had a big mistake because Ranger has really closed the distance on his lap as well. Sebo's going to slot in a 32 on Ranger. So 1.1 second gap. Let's go to Mike. Mike came in the pits. A 32.3 for Matoman in the medium compound tyre. That's a good show of speed off the rip for Matt on the mediums.
So here comes Nelly. Nelly's going to be the first hard hitters to put in a lap. He's only half a second ahead of Ranger. So Ranger put in a very strong lap to start off his qualifying. And Martin goes P4, JTX P6. See if anyone else is on.
So I'm just seeing there, Rage Hunter has came round on his lap after Envy Nelly there. And he's actually had to come off the racing line to overtake Nelly to get back onto the racing line to find his braking point for turn 1. So that did definitely cost him half a tenth in the run up to that corner.
I think he's not really pushing anymore. He's about 1 second off of a decent first sector time.
So maybe maybe just out to give the toll. SPW lighting up sectors. Not with us last week. Was SPW? No, he wasn't. He wasn't here last week, was he?
I don't think he was, no. That was a big miss out from him there.
Probably the driver that we could say has probably been the favourite, as in the third strongest on the grid recently as well.
Yeah, he's really been putting in those performances there. He hasn't got to the top step yet, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be his aim before the end of the season. But well, I was flickering through there and the guys in the pits, it looked like it was raining for some reason, but no.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yes, it's like the lines on the building flash. It's kind of strange. I think SPW is going to put a competitive time in the boat here, Jensen. 30.7, only 2 tenths behind Nelly, so it's looking close up the top here so far. Mike now out on the mediums. Interesting stuff.
Was me suggesting that strategy to him, put in something there.
Maybe it looks like that's the way he wishes to go. So, do we have any other big hitters out on track to get a lap run through? Mike's on an out lap, we'll stay with him. Stay on board. Oh, 1 second. Jensen, you just think me? My son's just came through, 1 sec.
And so SPW went P2 with 30.7. Just going to quickly see if anyone else might just start in his lap. Atlas on the out lap, Mitch is going at it. Doesn't look like many are on the lap. Mike is invalidated his lap, so he will be on another installation lap, I guess. Maybe. Maybe get another like solo shift. And hopefully his internet will be fixed soon, instead of 2 weeks. I think so. hopefully not too many times more to deal with it, but it's back in now. I don't think anyone's on a flying lap pretty much now. I think everyone's just cruising about on their out laps. And of course Mike in the pits, he didn't go for another run. I'm pretty sure he had enough fuel maybe, but I think he's going to try and go for the soft. He don't want to lose a chance for 2 runs. I think Rangers come onto a lap. I think Chris has actually returned now, so
I have. Apologies. F. Lewis, what's in P4 on a 31-1? Not a bad lap
Mike.
at all.
I think Mike went back into the pits. He's tried to do a medium run, but invalidated and is not wanting to waste his time.
So, Nelly's just going to open a lap. We'll go for a little run through to see. Gets the foot down, we pop the DRS open. Tom 1 is hardly a corner here. There he goes through it now. DRS open for Tom 1, so
he might get a bit of
he's going to get a cheeky toe for Gentex. How much does Gentex play ball at Tom 1? Oh, he very much is, so it stays well out the way. Don't take too much of the inside curb. And then some people think maybe staying left there is the ideal scenario. Keep the car left all the way through 3. Pick the brakes up just at the curb on the left hand side. Nice through 4. Again, another curb that you don't want to attack too much, can really unset the curb. I think that's the biggest trick with Russia. Jensen will probably agree. Apexes are very minimal. If you get too greedy, the car's going to snap and you'll end up in the wall. He's looking good, sorry Jensen, I've had a hit through it again.
Oh, he had a bit of a correction there, mid-corner. Didn't want to have that happen, but it may have cost him not too much, but he's going to come into the final sector, but you see he's only 100th up now on his previous best. Got to be doing the final sector. Looks pretty much good there. Nelly, got 2 more to go. He comes into the final corner. Nelly improves to a 30.2. Rage Hunter behind him, he goes for a 30.6. So the 2 Ferraris topping qualifying at the moment. And Mike is on mediums again, going for another run. Sector 1, it's looking very hooked up from Mike. It's 33-0.
A big snap over still there, yep. I'm back now. Really abused the apex there. Turn 8, took as much as you dared.
That sausage curb could kill you. Touch that, you could be having the front end.
And I think a teammate got about to play a favour here. Here's Mitch giving a big pull of a toe down this back straight. So Mitch just needs to get to the bottom, stay right, let Mike take the racing line, slam on the brakes.
Giving a distant toe there, I think that's going to work a treat for Mike. 4.3.
We could say that half a second they lost with the snaps probably just been pulled back on the toe.
I think he might be able to contest for P4 here. Maybe getting the 30s. I think Mike looking pretty much good. He's always been quick around Russia, as Mike, and it's a 31-1.
P7. So it'll be interesting. Will Mike be satisfied with a P7 start?
Oh yeah, I don't know. And Surge goes to P10. surviving the lag at the moment.
Pedro not done a lap at the moment.
And yeah, Pedro still. Pedro never really goes out for laps, does he? He always stays
So
in the pits.
Duffy on his lap. He's just coming through 3 at the moment. A lot of traffic ahead as well, so hopefully guys stay well out of the way. Mitch again. I think he's on a lap. Oh, and Mitch is still in front of Adam here. Oh, he's went straight on. That going straight on is probably the worst case scenario for any driver. You probably just need to get the car out of the corner because you're just giving people lots of dirty air in front. And it just affects that initial turning on the car. I think Mitch maybe not doing Adam any favours there. But
yeah,
still...
he's carrying it on, isn't he? See what sector time he does pull out through here as a 4.6.
So he's 8 tenths up. So he could get, if he finds another couple of tenths, maybe, yeah, he could get somewhere up there. And just inside that top 10 could be doable.
Big correction, really cost him a bit of the line through turn 15.
I think it's going to be a 31 flat, P7 for Adam. So he did find a lot of time in the last couple of sectors, the last couple of combos.
Yeah, that'll be his final lap as well. He's not going to have enough time to get back to the pits. So that is Adam done. I think he'll be happy with that. If he does get knocked down to P11.
So I think now, I think Mitch is out in a fuel run. And I think it's maybe starting to inside drivers. I think he's on fast laps, but he's not. So drivers are compromising their out laps. And in laps thinking that Mitch is on a flyer, not realising that he's driving around with a car full of fuel.
Well, I don't even know if he had any practice. I think he's just getting some race runs in.
Yes. Looking for some time. Steven says Nelly can just hold the brake with ABS. Yeah, but then so can Mike, so can Mikey, so can Gentex, so does Officer Duffy. I think Gentex actually runs no ABS. He's not the only one, SPW.
So Mikey, yeah, P2. Didn't see that.
Yeah, that was his lap previous. He's actually just on an out lap now, so it's very close. Yeah. Look at P2 to P6. Absolutely nothing splitting them. So
P2 in the championship, Mike. He is out on the soft tyres now. Let's see what he Phil knows. Is he gonna get close? Is he gonna beat Nelly?
Let me Jensen, have we had a race where Mike and Nelly has lined up together on that front row and just went and had a slugfest for the full race? I don't think we've seen it, have we?
I mean, France is, well, I think Mike was pretty much just only staying there. They weren't on the same strategy, but I think this could be a race. But if you're on the front row, it ain't the best starting position.
No, because you get a lovely toe to turn to.
P3. P3 is the perfect position in my opinion, but Nelly's about to start the lap.
Matoman retired. I think that's in the pits, so I think that's just felt like he's got maximum pace out of his car for the session. Nelly was quite late in the brakes there into into turn 2, and I think it's just cost him a tenth or two. We'll see the sector 1 split here, but
yeah, it's interesting. He takes a lot of that. He pretty much got that spot on, but he turned off his energy through this first part.
Tenth and a half up.
Through 2 and 3, he turned off the energy when he went through that. And we can quickly see Mike. So it's a 32.7. Put Nelly in sector 1. Nelly looking very strong there. Mike 32.7.
Ooh.
Mike is only half a tenth ahead, so Mike's just edging him out a little bit here.
Checker flag out. Nelly. Rage Hunter and F Lewis will no longer improve. Their laps are over. Sebo's out. Matoman's out. Doofy's out. So I think it's going to be a fight between these two, like you say, Jensen. Can Maharton's out the session as well. He's actually pulled over, so he's not going any faster. But Maharton slotted into P2 in a 30.5. So pressure on for Mikey if he wants that. I think he has a 10th up though. Nelly 2/10 up. Jensen, can he get into the 29s?
Let's see. Here comes Nelly. Through into the final. I think he might just be able to do it. No, he's not.
30
it's a 30.0.
So where is Mike?
7 temps up. This is going to be a storming lap for Mike if he gets his final sector right. He needs to gain 4 temps on his medium run. It's going to be so close between the two.
29.8 for Michael. He gets into there and then Maharton's out. Mikey did not. Mikey did improve, but look, he went 4 1,000ths behind SFR Maharton.
Surge as well. Surge had a really good lap actually. And
P9.
It was at the end of the sector there. Look how
so
close it is.
Skarma's on an invalidated lap as well. Yes, that midfield is
P9 is only 3 tenths.
Yes.
That is mental.
That's P1. Yes, Michael, it is so.
And
Medium looks like the way you wanted to go, but it is a hard tyre to get the lap out of this. Especially with the track looks a lot cooler. With the clouds being out, so trying to get the medium switched on, maybe just not the way in qualifying. Soft tyre proving optimal.
So it's Mike on pole position for the Russian Grand Prix, but is at the best position to be starting from. Martin looking pretty decent. I don't know, the Toad doesn't really, it's not as powerful as it is in real life on this game, in my opinion. So
no,
I mean, could we see anything from Martin off the start from P3? Even Nelly on the inside, if he gets a better run, he'll have that inside. Yeah, shorter run to turn 2.
That's it.
Yeah.
FBW P7 seems to be struggling a bit for grip in the final sector, so he probably feels that he's a little bit out of position as well. But
yeah,
I am sure we will see him try and get through. Coughing. Shocking. So, 5-minute break as always. And yeah.
Yeah, dry looking Russia, Sochi Autodrome.
Yes, the sun is out. I wonder if we'll see anybody do Mazzy Spin Proud tonight and doing some justice at his home circuit by going for a little pirouette. Or can we say it's his home circuit, because we're not allowed to class him as a Russian athlete, are we?
RAS. What? That is.
RAS.
Yeah.
We really are sorry. So, yeah. So, Nelly, Mike, a couple of names behind Maharton. We've not really seen him up at the front at the start, so it'll be interesting to see a new car there. I think we know ourselves, Jensen, we've done plenty of racing over the years, you know. When you race in the same pack, if you have good qualifying sessions and you're kind of getting the most out your car week in, week out, you tend to start alongside the grid with the same people. So you get comfortable in your race starts and comfortable about how you can position your car, knowing the other drivers round about you. But as soon as a new name pops in there, I think it just makes every driver a little bit more aware of who's around them, and just you're maybe less willing to take a risk that you would take with people you know when there's somebody there that you don't know. Maharton, of course, Nelly and Michael will be very aware of the fight that they've got between theirs. But Maharton from behind in that P3 slot that you said is critical, he could just feel like if he can jump them, he can maybe do something from the start, you know, and he's got nothing to lose. He'll still want to go win a race. So we have a dynamic that could be interesting. Let's hope no contact at turn 2.
Yeah.
But and I hate to be a jinx, and I'm going to commentators cuss it, but it is just fact, I think, in league racing, that turn to Russia, somebody's going to lose some wing.
Well, you heard it there first. Chris has cursed the race. But I mean,
I don't think I need to curse
inevitable.
it. Yeah.
I think it's inevitable anyway. So
I think Russia turn 1's just like an Italy turn 1. Because you come down from pretty much top speed to a 70 mile an hour 90-degree right, or an 80 mile an hour corner, it's when you lose anything over kind of 50 miles an hour of speed in a braking zone, it becomes very, very difficult. If you misjudge even by a metre, you're hitting somebody in the back, you know?
yeah. By the way, Chris,
Yes.
we haven't done this yet today, but what's your top 3 prediction?
A prediction
Looking
from top
at
3? Ooh.
Yeah, looking at everyone at the
Let me
moment and
rewind
what
a little.
tyres they're on.
Oh yeah, I can just go to race direct alternative to see the grid. I forget that. So, interesting. I think I think Mike and Nelly showed a bit too much pace in qualifying there. I definitely think they're just going to go. I
They'll
think the
be
battle
1,
for
2,
P.
any
I
order.
think the battle for P3 is going to be an exciting one though.
I think SPW will get P3.
I think he's going to get there, but I'm going to fling one out there, and I'm going to say Mike Nelly Ranger. I think Ranger's
Ranger?
done a good race from P8. I think he's a driver
He
that's
had
maybe
good
showed
pace in
some
qualifying
promise.
as well, didn't he?
Yeah, a driver that showed promise and maybe not got all the results he would like. So SPW's got up there. I'd like to see maybe Ranger get the jump and try and mix it up there. But I definitely think that fight between Martin, Mikey, Gentex, Rage, SPW, Ranger, Surgeon Doofy as well. I don't think we've seen their full pace in qualifying. That battle could be huge. We know Dr. Special Energy's always in the fight. F. Lewis is one to watch when it comes to racing as well. So, what about yourself, Jensen? What do you think?
Oh, this is difficult. Oh, I think top 2 are pretty easy to predict at the moment, but 3rd is in. Nah, I can't predict it, mate.
It's very hard.
It's like Singapore driver of the day, is it?
Yes.
And there we go.
We got ticks, we do.
It's from Adam.
So that is a race start and not a premature call.
Even if it was a premature call, I think we would have gone anyway because it was pretty much close enough.
Yeah.
Even if, but anyways, yeah.
1 second.
Chris coughing again.
Yes.
Coughs out before the race start, I guess.
The quicker I'm better, the better, as you would say. So look at that. Predicted pit stop at my screen says when you're on the softs it doesn't matter, lap 10 to 14 whether you're going medium or hard, but unless there's a really early safety car we probably won't see the hards come into play, or so if somebody gets early damage they may try and run the hards.
So Chris, looking at tyres, P11 to P15 on mediums, Mataman and Mitch on the soft, everyone else on the top 10 as well on the soft, so strategy looking pretty spicy, putting a mid-pack for sure. But
yes. What's the pace deficit between the tyres here, Jensen? It's about 9/10 of a second. It's not huge,
big,
but it's not, yeah. So,
it's 8/10 or so.
I think the good thing is here is wear's not too high. So I think the tyres hold their pace quite well.
So this is gonna be, yes, I guess. Here comes Mike and Nelly. Nelly really getting as much weaving as he can do. Mike not going too much on the weaving really. Nelly's going absolute full whack at it. So temperatures could be really interesting to see. I'll say this track as well, Chris. It is a track you can really attack the formation lap without too much of an issue to the tyre wear.
Yeah.
So these guys.
Mike's having quite a chilled form lap, isn't he? He's in no rush.
Yeah. And I think they take control now.
Yep.
Nelly, what happened there? I think he sort of almost crashed into the right-hand barrier and he's sort of backed off or something.
Just as well you can't get damage on form laps. Well, that would be a disaster.
So, they come up to the grids. And Mitch went on the final corner to complete the grid at the back. So, can't just wait.
So it is your lights out, sir. I will watch the back of the pack and update where necessary.
Yeah. Interrupt when you do see something if there's anything, but this is a very slow start. And then
what? Picked up, come on game.
Hopefully there ain't an issue here. They all seem to be stuck on the grid at the moment. No revving. Nothing.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
So if somebody has a tick or a circle spinning, they probably need to leave the session to allow the grid to go, and then rejoin. If nobody is,
yeah, they have to close the wrap to leave as well because you can't even put out the pause menu.
That's right.
And I think this.
So I think it is Punch and Heed's connection.
Is it? Yeah.
Yes.
It's PWE saying.
So we may need to close that to allow the grid to go, although they've been sitting very long. Tyres are going to be stone dead cold.
Yeah, we'll migrate host as well, that. So hopefully it doesn't tamper the connection there, but oh, this is gonna make it interesting, Chris, if it is Adam, but
I think the guys are asking Adam what's happening, but
I think Adam might have just seen it. Oh, cars moving side to side there, and oh, and Adam says he is ready, but I think for everyone else it's different, and there's a restart. At least we can pause, Chris.
yes. As soon as Adam closes the app, it will allow the rest of the lobby to go.
Yeah, I don't. I'd say tyre warming is not even needed that out lap if we are going to get going, but
no, you probably can't start now.
Yeah, I think
it's just dangerous to start the race now, and the tyres are going to be absolutely dead. So I assume we will have a restart.
Migrating host. Oh, here we go.
And it did start the race, and it's crashed my game, and that will have stopped the stream.